The advancing monsoon in India refers to the rainy season that lasts for a period of 4 months from June to September. By early June, low-pressure conditions become intense over the northern plains. This attracts trade winds from the southern hemisphere, which originate over the warm subtropical areas of the southern oceans. They cross the equator and blow in a southwesterly direction as they enter the Indian peninsula. As these winds blow over warm oceans, they bring abundant moisture to the subcontinent. These winds are strong and blow at an average velocity of 30 kilometers per hour. Within about a month, the monsoon winds cover the entire country, with the exception of the extreme northwest. The southwest monsoon winds totally change the weather conditions in India. Let us see the effect of these winds on different parts of India. The windward side of the Western Ghats. The windward side of the Western Ghats receives very heavy rainfall that can measure more than 250 centimeters. The Deccan Plateau and parts of Madhya Pradesh lie in the rain shadow area. However, they do receive some amount of rain. The northeastern parts of the country receive the most rainfall of this season. More syndrome in the southern ranges of the Khasi Hills, which is reputed for its stalagmite and stalactite caves, is the wettest place on the earth. It receives the highest average rainfall in the world. In the Ganga Valley, the rainfall decreases from the east to the west. Rajasthan and parts of Gujarat get scanty rainfall. Another phenomenon that is a characteristic feature of the monsoon is the breaks in rainfall. Breaks refer to the alternating wet and dry spells of rains. The monsoon rains take place only for a few days at a time and are interspersed with rainless intervals. These breaks occur due to the movement of the monsoon trough. The trough and its axis keep on moving northward or southward, causing the spatial distribution of rainfall. When the axis of the monsoon trough lies over the plains, rainfall is good in these parts. Whenever the axis shifts closer to the Himalayas, longer dry spells are experienced in the plains, and widespread rains occur in the mountainous catchment areas of the Himalayan rivers. These heavy rains cause devastating floods that damage life and property in the plains. The amount and duration of monsoon rains also depend on the frequency and intensity of tropical depressions. These depressions form at the head of the Bay of Bengal and cross over to the mainland. The depressions follow the axis of the monsoon trough of low pressure. The Indian monsoon is very unpredictable. It is characterized by alternating dry and wet spells that can vary in intensity, frequency, and duration. It can cause heavy floods in one part of the country and droughts in another. It is often irregular in its arrival and its retreat. The farming schedule of millions of farmers all over the country, which is dependent on the monsoons, can sometimes get disturbed. The retreating monsoon refers to the transition season that lasts from October to December. As the name suggests, the months of October, November form a period of transition from the hot, rainy season to dry winter conditions. The main cause of this transition is the apparent movement of the sun towards the south. The monsoon trough, which is the low-pressure trough that had developed over the northern plains, weakens. A high-pressure system gradually sets in, causing the southwest monsoon winds to weaken. As a result, the monsoon winds start withdrawing gradually. By the beginning of October, the monsoon withdraws from the northern plains. The retreating monsoon season is marked by clear skies and a rise in the temperatures. The temperatures during the day are high. However, the nights are cool and pleasant. Since the land is still moist, the weather becomes hot and humid. The days can become quite oppressive. This is commonly known as October heat. In the second half of October, the mercury begins to fall rapidly in northern India. By early November, tropical cyclonic depressions, which originate over the Andaman Sea, cross the eastern coasts of India and reach northwestern India. This causes the low-pressure conditions to shift from northwestern India to the Bay of Bengal. These tropical cyclones cause heavy and widespread rains and are often very destructive. They also cause great damage to life and property in the thickly populated deltas of the Godavari, the Krishna, and the Kaveri. These cyclones sometimes arrive at the coasts of Orissa, West Bengal, and Bangladesh. These depressions and cyclones bring rainfall to the Coromandel coast. Due to the unpredictable nature of the monsoon, the distribution of rainfall varies drastically from region to region. The western coast and northeastern India receive over about 400 centimeters of rainfall annually. Western Rajasthan and the adjoining parts of Gujarat, Haryana, and Punjab receive rainfall of less than 60 centimeters. Rainfall is equally low in the interior of the Deccan Plateau, east of the Sahyadris, and around Leh in Jammu and Kashmir. The remaining parts of India receive moderate rainfall. Snowfall is restricted to the Himalayan region. Major variations can also be seen in the annual precipitation from year to year. The annual rainfall varies the most in the low rainfall regions of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and the leeward side of the Western Ghats. Areas of high rainfall are liable to be affected by floods, whereas areas of low rainfall are drought-prone. In spite of its uncertainties, the monsoon acts as a unifying bond on the Indian subcontinent. The rhythmic cycle of seasons results from the seasonal alteration of the wind systems and the associated weather conditions of monsoon. The phenomenon of monsoon is an integral part of the Indian landscape. Animal and plant life, agriculture calendar, and the life of the people and their festivities. Every year, the arrival of the monsoon is eagerly awaited by the people of India from the north to the south and from the east to the west. The monsoon winds bind the whole country by providing water to set agricultural activities in motion. The river valleys that carry this water are also a unifying force as a single river valley unit.